portal war has been won by South Carolina. Interestingly enough, this one was a very curious recruitment for it because I really liked watching Treysen Eaglestaff play basketball when he was at North Dakota. Thought he was a really good player, and I knew he was going to transfer out of there. Just wasn't sure where, but I did not think South Carolina was on the radar. So this one comes to a little bit of a shock for me, but congratulations to the South Carolina fans because you got yourself a good player. Last year with North Dakota, 18 or 19 points per game. Didn't really rebound or pass too well, but he's a scorer. He's a wing, kind of a 2-3, maybe can even play the 4. And I thought he was going elsewhere, really did, because schools on his list included like Kentucky, Kansas, Gonzaga, and I really thought he would go to one of those blue bloods. Look, I'm not going to try to make many assumptions in this video because there's a lot of assumptions you can make about why he made this choice to South Carolina, considering that South Carolina was pretty awful last year. They're losing Colin Murray Boyles more likely than not, and they're pretty much going to have to rebuild through the transfer portal. But let's start with Eaglestaff's story first. 0 stars out of high school. A guy who barely made the team, North Dakota. He is Native American, I believe he's part of the Cheyenne tribe. He was born on a reservation in North Dakota. One of few Native American athletes playing Division I, especially at the highest of high level that he is playing at, and that's very cool. I know he likes to rep his family, his friends, and his people, and that's great. If this reaches Treysen Eaglestaff's team at all, really, really enjoyed reading about his story. He's got a brother named Tayshawn who plays for Missouri, Kansas City. Wore 52 because in high school he barely made the varsity team, and he took the largest jersey, which was 52, a jersey that didn't fit him at the time. But, man, I just really enjoyed hearing about Treysen Eaglestaff's story, and I really hope the best for him at South Carolina. And he did great things in North Dakota, too. He scored 50 points in a tournament game against South Dakota State, and he dropped a 40 ball when Alabama visited North Dakota in the fall. Was on the Summit League first team last year. That's his award. 4-star transfer is well-deserved. This is a guy who maybe you can compare to like a Dalton Connect or Chaz Lanier. I remember I was lower on Lanier last year, but he proved me wrong. He was incredible. That kind of mid-major mold. But there are a couple of things that, kind of strike me as odd here. He can definitely be a really good transfer, but the thing about these low major transfers that are playing with 1 year of eligibility left is you can be Frankie Fiddler, right? Frankie Fiddler is a guy kind of the same size who probably had an okay season this year for Michigan State. He was like the 8th man or 9th man. It was not terrific. Was not like he was. Doesn't shoot the ball with extreme efficiency. 42% isn't bad, and he shot like 35% from 3. Not bad, but could be better. Was a very high usage rate guy on a North Dakota team that frankly was just not very good. Not his fault, I know, but just wasn't a very good team. Also, South Carolina is just a weird choice. Because I'm not sure, because my first instinct is about money, which is fair. Obviously pro bag chasing, right? And he did say that South Carolina's NIL offer was a lot bigger than he thought it would be. South Carolina's got some money. They threw it at him. He's going there. I am just a little concerned. I really wanted to see him play a lot, maybe in March Madness, and maybe South Carolina can get there, but I have my doubts. I think this was just a move He gets to play in a great conference like the SEC, have the ball in his hands a lot, be kind of the main playmaker alongside like Eli Ellis, and maybe like Michi Johnson, who we'll get to. But I'm not a huge fan of this commitment for both sides, but I don't hate it either. So if I were grading it, I say a B- is very fair. That is what we decided. Good luck, Treysen Eaglestaff, on the next part of his journey. I really hope it goes well for him in Columbia. And the weather's a lot nicer than it is in Bismarck. So, yeah,